We're here to talk about a new initiative that we're inviting you to participate in because now more than ever, it is imperative that we become more intentional about developing the leaders. And why is that? Because in the United States, we have 80 million baby boomers who will be retiring from the workforce in the next 3 to 10 years. And the group coming behind is 40 million, those between the ages of 35 and 49 years old today. They're a smaller group and they're much more diverse on every dimension: sexual orientation, ethnicity, gender, veteran status, all types of difference. And because of that difference, these leaders have not been traditionally developed. Why multicultural? I think that's the first question.
That's a big piece right there. Why multicultural? Well, I think as we've discussed many times, culture is really something that we all have. And if we look at multicultural, and we are in America, there is an extraordinary amount of diversity, if you like, within each individual.
You talked about your background. I was with one of my clients. I said, "What's your ethnic background?" He says, "I'm Prussian, I'm German, I'm Mexican." I said, "Okay, and you're a guy, right? And you're from the Midwest, and you're a baby boomer." Those are all distinct, different cultures. So first and foremost, Multicultural Competence Leadership Institute, MC Squared, is going to have everybody in the room. Because the other thing that we recognize when we really get down to the fact of why people have not been traditionally developed is because there is a fear of giving constructive, critical, timely, relevant feedback to people who are not like us. And there's been a lot of research around that. And there's just this fear of saying the wrong thing, giving somebody some feedback, and being called racist, sexist, and homophobe or whatever, and then saying, "Well, I didn't like what you said about me, I'm going to file a lawsuit." That's the perception of fear. And so therefore, rather than giving someone that feedback, you don't give it.
You know, that's the place where I'm afraid to go, because if I do put it out there, I'm going to be described in those terms you just mentioned. Either I'm racist or I'm biased. And of course, the truth of the matter is we're all biased. But the fear piece is really about the stuff that we don't want to say, the things that we don't want to do, because we're not sure if it's the right direction to go in. We avoid, or we live in denial, which is another piece of the fear mechanism. It's like the denial piece is everything's just fine, but it's not. So when we move into being honest in our conversation about, I don't understand, and that's where the fear piece comes in. If I don't understand and I'm not willing to admit that I don't understand, then we get into that obstacles, the limitations, the not being clear and honest in our conversations. It's not a separation issue. It's about how do we come together to make things work effectively.
Through this process, you're going to learn, first and foremost, how do I as a leader maximize my own career? How do I help others maximize their own career and development? How do I give constructive, critical, timely, relevant feedback? And how to receive it in a way that I can learn from it and not feel like someone has just put me down. Because it is not easy to give it, and it's really not easy to receive it. And the point of it all is that if we are truly able to have these dialogues, these honest, sometimes painful, difficult dialogues with each other, we can begin to unlock the potential. So we are going to do something different. So join us. We're going to have fun. Going to challenge you. It may be a little painful because we're breaking old paradigms. It's just like working a muscle. If you're not growing if you're not changing and if you're not open. So we invite you to join us. We're excited.
We are excited. We invite you to join us. MC Squared Leadership Institute is the way of the future. And we are thrilled to be pioneering this amazing work together.
So we say be the energy that fuels growth and innovation in your organization. Be MC Squared.